Marriage. Recognized and protected by governments for more than 2,000 years. An ideal in all civilized society because of its profound, stabilizing effect on our culture. A husband, a wife, the family. The building block of every community, every culture, every nation.
Marriage is the building block of any civil society. It's the very origin of the family, and it was created and ordained by our Creator God from the very beginning of society.
Well, North Carolina is fortunate to have some very strong laws in place that essentially say that marriage in North Carolina is between a man and a woman, and that we will not recognize same-sex marriages that take place in other states. However, because those are simply statutory laws, they're on the books in North Carolina, but they are still susceptible to legal challenges.
In 3 states, California, Massachusetts, and Connecticut, the highest court in the state has overturned the marriage statutes and has ushered in same-sex marriage. And of course, we know what happened in California. The people 6 months later passed Proposition 8, which overrode the ruling of their Supreme Court and reestablished traditional marriage in their state constitution.
And so a couple who obtains a marriage license from Connecticut, from Massachusetts, or from California before they pass their constitutional amendment could come to North Carolina and file a lawsuit in our state courts and sue to have our marriage laws overturned.
30 other states in the country have already passed marriage protection amendments, and so the majority of states in our country do protect marriage in their constitutions, not just with statutes.
Bills have been introduced in the legislature in both the State House and the State Senate for 5 years running to allow voters of the state to add the definition of marriage to our state constitution. For 5 years in a row, those bills have not been allowed to come before our state lawmakers in either chamber. We are absolutely a target for same-sex marriage advocates. If we don't take action to amend our Constitution to add the definition of marriage, in a year or two, we may be in a completely different place. Again, we may be the only state in the South that is issuing marriage licenses to same-sex couples. So it is critically important that they take action, and they take action now.
If we allow same-sex marriage to be ushered in North Carolina through court decisions, the issue of sexual orientation and gender identity will be elevated to the status of a civil right, and then homosexuals will be given preference in things like housing and employment and other benefits. Our public schools will become venues of training and teaching our children that the homosexual lifestyle is normal and acceptable.
We believe and have a great level of confidence that the votes exist in both chambers to pass a marriage amendment if they were simply given the opportunity to consider and vote on that legislation. They have, however, been denied that opportunity by the leadership of the State House and the leadership of the State Senate.
This is a critical time in North Carolina's state history. Here are some ways you can get involved. First, pray for marriage in North Carolina. Sign up at NC4Marriage.org to receive emails and important news updates. Meet personally with your state legislators. Share with them your concerns about the need to protect marriage by placing its true definition in our state constitution. Talk to friends and family to raise awareness about protecting marriage. The time to preserve the definition of marriage in our Constitution is now. One man, one woman. That's marriage.